naninesa.
Good morning, guys. Today we've got a special plan. Well, it's our first overnight at the log cabin. We still got to do a little bit of work around here. So, annual system maintenance. First on the agenda is to maybe clean out the pond a little bit. And then I've got to put some chimney up and get everything else sorted for the first overnight at the log cabin. Hopefully everything goes well and just everything works out. Not too bad. We've got the bottom of it pretty much cleaned out. We got it pumped out more or less. There was a lot of, I guess, organic material and it was floating in the water, causing the pump to kind of get a little clogged. Probably a 3-inch trash pump might have been better. We had the 2-inch trash pump. Maybe next time. This is kind of like, you know, hole maintenance. You always got to keep your holes tidy. And we got my ever faithful friend Dwayne. Dwayne, you having lunch?
Yeah.
So he's just having a quick break, and then we're gonna continue digging probably for another little while. We're tickling the edges of this thing. We're not making it any really bigger. We're just gonna go down a lot deeper. That's the ongoing plan for this. Got any thoughts, Dwayne?
Good sandwich.
Is it a good sandwich? It's got apples on it from the tree.
Somebody snuck apples into my hand sandwich.
That's right.
Well, I think it's going really well. Get the rest of the sediment out of there. Be good.
Yeah. All right, more digging. More digging. Dig, dig, dig. Well, this is the end of digging. Well, not the end of cleaning. We gotta dig. We gotta dig the machine out. It's got a little bit of clay. There's like a tree in there or something.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna clean this thing up. We didn't film a lot today, and the reason we didn't is because this thing obviously is rented, and when you gotta take your time and film, it's taking away from actually doing work. I mean, I apologize for that, but hey, you know what? You guys will get the reward when we, you know, go fishing and we pull out fish out of our newly dug, our better dug pond. Right, Dwayne?
Newly improved. Yep.
Newly improved. We gotta. So this pile of clay here is it's gotta dry out a little bit, and once it's dried out a bit, you'll be able to move it and use it for other stuff. Maybe like, you know, foundations for other things, roadways, pathways.
It's going to take you about a week to get this cleaned out, but it needs to be done for tomorrow morning, so let me know how it turns out.
So what I've done here is I've added hay bales. Straw bales? They're straw bales, they're not hay bales. Straw bales to prevent all of the muck and silt and whatnot to drain into the pond. Previously I had not done this, and what was happening is the fines was coming off the hill and into the pond. So this should remediate that problem, and over time what will happen is everything will collect behind it and kind of give it a little earth berm. I'm going to stake these down just to make sure they don't move. Maybe add a couple more as just kind of, you can slow the water down even more, and then once it fills up, it should be perfect. At least I hope. Anyways, if not, we can always do this again. Right, Dwayne? He said yep. Well guys, it's a little bit late in the day. I got Don here. He's gonna give me a hand with the chimney install. I'm not sure we'll be able to get it all in today, but we're gonna give it the old college try. We've got our 45-degree angles double wall. They ended up coming from Amazon. I've got one up there and one down here. I've got my telescopic pipe here that allows me to go up and down. So I've kind of decided where I want my pipe. So with this particular pipe, the double wall, it allows you to have 6 inches between it and the combustible surfaces. This one in particular is about 7.5, giving me a little bit of wiggle room between my combustible surfaces because everything in here is combustible. It's made out of wood. So my plan is to cut a hole up through the styrofoam and then cut up a hole through the steel above it. And then I see a problem. Don, do you see the problem? So I think we may be too far up in the ridge. We're gonna be close. It's gonna be close because we got a flashing kit that goes on the outside, and we don't want to be too close to the ridge in order to have a piece of steel that allows us to clear that. But then again, we don't have to worry about actually being beyond the peak of the roof. So maybe it's a plus. I don't know. We gotta just start cutting. Hello. Is it 10 and 3/16?
Yeah,
Okay.
exact, yeah. So it could be a little bigger.
How does my hole look? We got through the roofing material, we got through the sub-roofing material, and then we got through the insulation, and we've given enough clearances for the double wall insulated stainless steel pipe to go up through, and then we're going to secure it with some all-around, and then we're going to build a box, kind of like a cathedral ceiling opening. We didn't buy the special cathedral ceiling kit for it, so we're going to make that kit, and then yeah, everything's going to work out great. Oh.
Well, once I gotta come up one more step. Okay.
Well, guys, that turned into a swearing in the woods with Don and Kevin very, very quickly. But the pipe is in its home. Those guys that make those stainless steel double wall insulated pipes really got to step their game up on the bracket system they have to install it. There should be something that sits on the roof. You put it up, you clamp it down, it attaches, it holds on the roof, and it doesn't slide down. That's the way it should be. I don't know. I've done half a dozen chimneys in my life or more, and every time it's a struggle in order to get that thing attached. Like if it was like just a bracket with like a pivot thing and 2 locking screws, then you could just attach it to the roof, whatever angle pitch the roof is at, you slide the pipe up, done. You plumb it on both sides, easy peasy. I might make one for next time because that was ridiculous. We got her in. How many pipes is that for you, Don?
Probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one on the scale of easy was what, 1 out of 10. What was it? 10 being the hardest, 1 being the easiest.
That's probably an 8.
Yeah.
Or a 10, I guess.
I guess you only got a little bit of soot on your chin.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. No, it's not that bad. All's well that ends well. We don't have our pipe completely supported yet, so I'm not going to put the top piece on yet. We got to do some little more finishing on the inside before I put the other piece on, but that'll be soon. Well, guys, I think I'm finally ready to take the plunge. My first overnight at the log cabin. I've got it pretty much done to the point where, you know, I can comfortably sleep there. So yeah, that's currently my plan. Been working on a couple projects around here, and I kind of, you know, got tied up with the pond build and then the inside, getting the chimney all sorted out. So that's sorted now, and I can, you know, have a fire without worrying about, you know, having a chimney. Needed a chimney. Whenever you put one of those like full-size fireplaces in it, it's an ordeal just to get it right. But we got that all sorted out. I've got a couple more things to do on the inside, just the door. I can see through it. The wood has actually started to shrink, so I can see through the door, so I've got some stuff milled up for that. It's kind of like one of those things when you got time, you just kind of bang it off. Just incremental improvements, that's what I say. You know, when you're going to eat an elephant, you kind of start one bite at a time. This kind of what this log cabin's been. It's amazing sort of the time vampire it's been. And I attribute that to, well, it's the first time I've built one. And second of all, it's non-dimensional lumber, so it's not stick frame. And there's probably a reason why they don't build like this anymore. And it's because of the time it takes to build them. It's just wildly inefficient to build log cabins. Just the amount of time it takes. Anyways, but that's here nor there. It's mostly done. But yeah, come on inside. So as you guys can see, there's a little bit of a crack through the door, and this door was made out of poplar, so it shrunk a little bit. And my plan is I've milled up some strips, and those are going to go over top of that and then seal up the door, so you can kind of see through the door everywhere. So that's my plan, to fix that. So what I've done is I've charged up my EcoFlow Delta packs, and we're going to give these guys a little run for their money. So they're both charged with line voltage. They're both at 100%, and I've linked them together. That's going to give me double the power. Currently, my supply pack is at 98%. I guess when you plug them in, they balance themselves, and then they feed one another in order to increase your time. So the plan is to use these to power the overnight, my lighting and my cooking. I'm going to be cooking with this. I'm going to be cooking exclusively with the battery packs. I've got some Pogos, and if you guys aren't familiar with Pogos in the United States, they're corn dogs. Corn dogs and mustard. I got those things. I'm gonna cook them with my toaster oven. This video is sponsored by EcoFlow Delta, the world's fastest charging power pack. It goes from 0 to 80% charged in under an hour. You can also charge it via solar panels. This pack is ideal for your high drain devices, such as your kitchen appliances like your toaster oven or your induction range or your blender. Or you can use your DIY tools connected to it, like a table saw or a chop saw or even like a skill saw. On the side here, it's got 6 AC adapters, so you can plug in your devices here. It also has a DC port or your cigarette lighter adapter that way. On the other side, it has USB ports, so you can connect to your electronic devices such as your cell phones or your tablets in order to charge those. This pack has a surge capacity of 3,300 watts with a total capacity of 1,260 watt hours. It has 6 outlets on the other side to plug in your devices. What I really like about this EcoFlow Delta pack is that you can charge it, and then you can put it on the shelf up to a year. It'll remain fully charged, and then when you need it, it's there when you're ready. It's kind of like your one-stop shop for power. The other thing I like about it is it's got 2 handles, so it's easy to carry. It's not that heavy. And it's got these little rubber bumpers on the bottom, so you can throw it around. It doesn't feel like you're going to break it. The other neat feature on this thing is it gives you kind of like an odometer or a reading on how much power you have left. So if you have a specific thing plugged into it, it'll tell you how long you can power that specific device before the pack runs out of power. So you can kind of gauge, how much you want to use. If you are interested in buying the EcoFlow Delta, the link will be in the description below. When I split wood, I always save my my uglies, all the stuff that kind of comes off the splitter that's not quite big enough for like full-size firewood. I keep it for kindling, and I keep it in these buckets. I have a lot of these buckets, so what I do is I fill them up, and they dry quite nice in here. And then when you want to start your fire, you've always got really ragged kindling. As you can see, it's got a lot of surface area. It tends to start really easily, so I save those. That's my kindling. It's my kindling hack. You're splitting your wood always. Nothing goes to waste. See that? See how furry that is? That's stuff you could probably light with a match. But we don't use matches on this channel. We sometimes do. That's a little smoke coming out. Chimney's got to get warm still. There it goes. Well, I can already feel it getting hotter in here. Possibly because I filled the cracks in the door, and possibly because I got a raging fire going on over there. It's gotten toasty. It's almost got to shorts and t-shirt weather in here. That stove is going to heat up this thing really, really nicely in the winter. It's currently about 10 degrees outside. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Kind of chilly. It's not exactly warm. Kind of sweater slash pants weather outside. So it's not crazy cold. But I imagine when the winter time that stove's going to work out really, really well in here. But I got the cracks all filled up. On to dinner time. It's actually gotten so warm in here I have to open the door. I probably put too much wood in the stove. Now I'm going to add some more heat. So this is my dinner of champions tonight. We got the old pogos, or some people like to call them corn dogs. They're still frozen. And I'm going to do this for illustration purposes. Like, I could probably cook them on the stove. I could just, just stick them right on top. Just cook them, no problem. But I'm going to use this thing because I want to try it. I want to try to see if I can cook it with the battery. So that's my plan. Grease, bake. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. We're going to stick our pogos in there. Batteries are firing up. They're at 1200 watts. And now we wait. When I was younger, I used to go camping a lot, and I don't camp a lot anymore. I don't know why. I think I like to more of a homesteading thing. So these are neat. I don't know where I was going with that story, but my story was when I used to be a small child and we would go camping, I always used to throw axes or knives into trees and whatnot and target practice and sort of stuff. So these guys are throwing knives. A company called Ace Jet, Adam Chilladine makes these things. They get their competition throwing knives. Or shuriken, I don't know if it's shuriken, it's Japanese for throwing star or something like that, but these guys are good fun. They're also good at killing time. So the plan is there's a target over there, and I'm going to throw this thing at the target. And hopefully it's going to stick. Do you think it's going to stick? I don't know. There, let me see if I can focus on the target. Focus on the target. Ah, that didn't work. Let's try again. It's been a while. Probably too close. Oh. Ah, see that one? We gotta work on this. There we go. Gotta be 3 meters away from the target. Ta-da! Ah! Almost got the third one. There is a technique. The technique I have not yet mastered. You're supposed to be 3 meters away from the target, kind of pull back and then release. And it's been fin one time and poke into the target. This is a really cool, fun game. You got a couple of guys standing around throwing knives. What more can you ask for? Ace Jet, there'll be a link most likely in the description below if you guys want to check these guys out. These are really cool. Corn dog. The pogo. My pogo is done. Let's see if it's hot. It's probably hot. It's probably lava. It's probably gonna burn my face. A lot of hot. That's glamping at its finest. You could cook these on the fire. You cook them on the stove. Cook them in your toaster oven with your battery pack. That's pretty cool. Oh, Dinner of Champions. Pogos. I love Pogos. I should make myself like a little TV table right here. Kind of like tuck it away. Come get it when you want to eat your dinner. Yeah, TV table. Party mix. You guys want some? Party mix. There's a pretzel. I like the pretzels. I should just buy pretzels. I eat all the pretzels out of there. It's really good because my wife doesn't like the pretzels, so she keeps all the pretzels. So she'll like, you know, eat a bag and then she'll like, I'll look inside and there'll just be pretzels that taste like party mix, and that works out well for both of us. Kind of leads me to another thought. So my wife Rachel and I went grocery shopping this morning in anticipation. We went and grabbed supplies. I kind of when I go grocery shopping, we're on a mission. We're gonna stock up. You know, we don't go very often, but when we go, when I'm there, we're gonna fill the cart. We're gonna, you know, either fill the cart, we're gonna fill 2 carts, because 1, I don't really like shopping, and 2, if you're gonna go big. So anyways, we were there, and this, you know, the shelves seem stocked, whatnot, and I don't know if they're predicting a shortage or like a supply chain issues. The other day I went for distilled water and they didn't have any, and I went to 2 different stores and they didn't have any distilled water, which I thought was kind of strange. The drugstore didn't have any, and I also noticed they didn't have any children's Tylenol or children's Advil, which I thought was very strange. And I don't know, it's just observation, right? And I don't go grocery shopping that often, and when I was there I noticed that stuff was really expensive, and I don't particularly, you know, think I'm out of the loop. I just think stuff has gone up crazy. Like fake cheese you put on your egg sandwiches. It was $12 for a package. What? Like for fake cheese? But it was just like everything was more expensive, and I don't know if it's just runaway inflation or if it's just the cost of things. It's important now more than ever to kind of, you know, have your T's crossed and your I's dotted. It's kind of like you got to figure out a way in order to be more self-sufficient. I think I've done a pretty good job. Like I've sorted out my meat for the year. I got those 2 little pigs. Well, they're not little anymore. They're huge. They're close to 200 pounds. So I'll have 400 pounds of pork. We did our 50 meat birds this year. There's other stuff that I stock up on, which, you know, it's starches, which is flour, you know, your flour, your rice, and pasta. Pasta goes a long way. So that's what I do. I go stock up. I wonder what you guys are doing, you know, to kind of stock up, to be prepared. And it's not even about prepping. It's about, you know, having enough food and having enough anything, like having enough firewood, you know, for the winter. I'm big for that. I've always collected firewood. I've always kind of been energy independent when it comes to heating, my heat source. I've got probably 5 years ahead in firewood. It's all dried, stacked. I was wondering what you guys do to prep in order to, you know, anticipate the future. That's probably annoying some people. Crunchy. My friend and I, her name is Melinda, and she's taking care of the merch store. She's actually responsible for these really cool designs. So the old cabin with the modern stuff Reliance on it, and then there's a t-shirt underneath here that says just plain modern stuff Reliance. Anyways, you guys can check out the merchandise store if you guys like this sort of stuff. The hoodie's really comfy, and the actually t-shirts are 100% cotton, which are very cool. And there's some mugs and some bandanas. I had Bean in one of the bandanas. It'd be nice if Bean was right here with the bandana on, but I don't have Bean here. Anyways, so in light of the occasion of the 200,000 subscribers, I figured I'd do something special. And something special, as I've been getting a lot of flack for my shorts. These are my shorts from last summer. And what I do is I start in the fall, I get myself a pair of pants. I have my pair of pants on now because it's kind of chilly. And what I do is I wear those as my construction pants until they start to fall apart. And then what I do is I take my pants and I cut them into shorts for the summertime. This is last summer's shorts. As you can see, the pockets are kind of falling out. What I actually like, the good feature about this is it's got a hole in the pocket. It allows the sawdust to actually fall right through so it doesn't collect sawdust in your pocket. That's a cool feature about these shorts. This pocket's kind of rough. I think it's got, yeah, it's kind of rough. And then these ones are particularly painty and torn up. So anyways, we're gonna sacrifice these to the gods. Because there was a lot of flack in the comments. I was like, get some new shorts. Well, you know what? I got a plan. And I've been, using my plan for years now. Like I said, start with some pants, work them into shorts, and when they're done, they're done. Am I supposed to feel sad about this? I do. I kind of want to keep these. I hope you guys feel sad about my shorts. I still got this year's shorts. They're not done yet. They'll be ready for next year. All right. Bye-bye shorts. It's sort of a fitting end for those shorts. I am kind of sad they're going. I'll have to start my new pair. Get a look over in that direction. I can see the sun is setting. It actually sets right behind the cube, which is really cool because depending on the time of year, what happens is the sun actually sets and it shines through the back door and window. It comes out the front. It's kind of cool. I don't think this is the correct time of year when it does it. Yeah, it's not quite there yet. Still sad about my shorts. Oh well. Well, before it gets too dark, I want to take you guys on a little bit of a tour of the pond, because it's been a couple days now since we've cleaned it out and we made it a little bit deeper. We've got hasn't rained yet, so I haven't been able to tell if my my straw berm area has decided to keep back my silt, but it's been a couple of days and we can kind of see it's filling up, and you can kind of see it's got that almost lagoon look to it. It's got that nice blue hue to it, and it's filling up. It's relatively clear, I guess, because it has nothing's run into it yet, and we've got a little bit of cleanup left to do over here. We got our muddy mess, but overall I'm very pleased with how it worked out. My plan is to pick out the rock as the rain kind of washes the rock off. I'm going to pick it out and save it, put it aside, because I've got some other plans. I've got a plan for this area here as well once it's all flattened out and dried, because we've got the sauna, but we don't necessarily have a hot tub. So the hot tub's in the future. Hopefully by sometime in the middle of winter, maybe I'll prep this area before the snow flies, and then to kind of give me an area or a incentive to build a hot tub, because the plan is to A, build a hot tub, but it's also B, is to flood the hockey rink. Again, when this freezes, the plan is to actually play hockey on this thing. So if we can have a hot tub over here, we can actually take the hot water out and flood our rink. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zambonis, but Zambonis use hot water to flood rinks. It makes you sleepy. It's so relaxing. I don't know. I'm gonna probably load the fireplace just with one more load. I've got a bundle of kindling for the morning, because I know cabins like this, they tend to you tend to have that it gets hot and then it gets cold. But if you got enough blankets, which I did, I packed more blankets this evening for the anticipated cold. It's going down to 4 degrees overnight. So we have a bundle of kindling in the morning. And then when you wake up, what you do is you reach over, you throw it in there, you light it up, and then you hit, it's like hitting the snooze button. And then once your cabin's warm, you get out of bed. That's the plan. Anyways, I'm going to tuck myself in and see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, guys. It's a little chilly in here. The fire went out last night. As expected, it peaked and then it kind of got cooler ever since, but it's not too cold in here. I'm still tired. All right, let's go back to bed. Sleep all day. Now we wait a couple of minutes for our coffee to be made. Espresso. Espresso? Espresso. Anyways, a couple of people asked me what this little doohickey is here. This is a Pizzetti? Like a P-E-Z-Z-E-T-T-I thing. It's like a little percolator espresso maker thing. I picked it up, actually my wife picked it up from Home Sense or something like that. She saw it, she thought it was kind of cool. The neat thing is it's iron. So it's not stainless steel, it actually works on the induction range. It makes a coffee or an espresso in a hurry, sometimes not soon enough. I'm just gonna wait for that to go. Power packs seem to be holding up really good. We're at 67% on the one pack, which is decent, because that gives us 67% left on that pack and then 100% on the other pack. So we've got lots of power to cook our breakfast. Oh, it's supposed to be a sunny day, so you can hook up the solar panels and charge them back up and do it all again. Live out here forever.
Hey, how are you guys doing? You guys satisfied? What is it? What you eat? Is that breakfast? Hey. Sorry, I interrupted. Hey, go be nice.
Well, the egg sandwich isn't pretty, but it's gonna have to do. I'm not that skilled with cooking with cast iron. I figured by adding a little bit of oil in it, it would, you know, before I cook the back bacon, it would make it a little easier, not stick as bad. But anyways, we got scrambled egg sandwich. Oh, that coffee's good. Never gets old, that coffee. I got my left-handed mug. See, I gotta hold it like this. There you go. Do you drink your coffee with your left hand or your right hand? I'm a right-handed kind of guy, but then the logo is on the inside. I wonder if you can specify. I get to stare at it. Modern Self-Reliance. This is a gratuitous display of logos in this one. Oh, it's ugly. It's an ugly sandwich. Maybe it tastes so good because it's ugly. Oh, yeah. A legitimate English muffin. Yep. It's good. I think everything tastes better when you have to work a little bit harder for it. Thanks again to EcoFlow Delta for sponsoring this video. And the final tally on that pack is it's a 31% on the one pack and 100% on the other. So I could probably cook another dozen meals or so with that. So it's definitely a viable solution to off-grid as well as emergency power. Thanks again, EcoFlow. Have a good one.
I'm coming in for an attack run. Making moves.
Roger, I got your back!
Okay, I can do that.
Hands and legs! Initial beating moment!
I got your back. Target acquired. I can see the target. I'm taking my shot. Fucking hurt! Need some help here! Christ, I'm down! I'm gonna hit the target!
Fucking killing me! Thanks for getting me back on my feet. Here goes nothing.
What the? I had enough of this shit!
Enemy spotted! No place to hide!
I got...
What the? I'm heading this way. Cover me!
Espírote ahí.
Oops, boy. Thought you were a goner. Fucking hurt! There you are! That's Montana justice, baby! Keep it up!
Buzzards are gonna eat your eyes!
I'm going in! What you got there? Don't stop till they're all dead! Here goes nothing. Wolverine, I'm out! Watch my back! I'm heading this way. Fuck with us!
embarré. Mira, yo me embarré en la misión. Me costó tanto trabajo.
Good to see you, mister. Thanks for helping us keep this place safe.
Sometimes I wonder how much more of this fighting I can stomach. Reminds you that we shouldn't be living our whole entire life like this.
Vámonos porque la otra vez está.
Got it. One order and straight. Shut it up.
I'll be taking care of myself.
I'm seeing the target. Watch these begging stand. Down the line. I see you, kid.
Can't wait to repurpose this bad.
Country folks know how to fix things. It's the only thing keeping us going.
Hit the gas, kid. Hit the gas, kid. I'll shoot. This fucking cult. I knew before everyone else the Seeds were a bunch of bullshitters. I started pressing them early. Next thing you know, I get in trouble. For being too hard on Eve's gate. Believe that shit? Only choice I had was to prep for what was coming. So I decked out my place. Stocked up 10 years worth of food. Put together air and water filtrations. I was at it for months. Ready to stick it out. Should have seen the looks people were giving me. Like I was some kind of lunatic. Well, looky who was right. Merle fucking Briggs. Of course, Colt came and pulled the rug out from under me. I lost everything. So here I am, riding with you in the Death Wish, holding a big fucking gun, ready for Peggy payback. Get ready, kid.
Sisters will have a tough time dealing with
this week, thanks
We're
to
about to go
women
full
malfunction.
measure on your
It's a
asses.
relatively new class.
Merle, come
News is
prepared.
particularly alarming.
You're off. Run these bastards down. Over there. Let's hit those bliss tanks. Right, shit stains! We're about to go full measure on your asses! Merle! I'm prepared! You're all Run these bastards down! Over there! Let's hit those bliss tanks! Help me line up my shop, would you? I got hundreds and hundreds of bullets for you! All the Peggy grab assing you do here, you can forget it! vindication. You're a natural, kid. The death wish is yours. wild coyote such as yourself can do a whole lot more damage to the cult with it than I can. Say hi to Dutch for me next time you see him, will ya?
Finally exposed can now be removed, freeing our souls and opening our hearts. Now the pain of atonement is measured by the severity of the sin, and thanks to your deputy, the sins of this resistance are indeed severe. You will all atone for what the deputy has done. You will all welcome the word of the Father into your hearts. You will all say, yes.
Target a fucking choir. We won the battle, but not the war. Let's get rocked and loaded.
cultists will kill the hostages if they lay eyes on you. You gotta attack quietly. It's their best chance at survival.